want to come down here from Boise, so they call me. So I do a lot of work with Colliers, and they're working on a national account. This is with Fred Meyer. They represent them nationally. So that's what I am with. My name is Steve DeLuca. I'm with West Terra Real Estate Group here in Twin. Primarily, what my job is commercial real estate. I do very little residential, although I tell people if they ask me to help them with the house that they're hiring the absolute worst person, but if they want me to work on it, I will. So I do a lot of commercial real estate. I've done, a lot of office, retail, and industrial. So I do quite a bit, although industrial's kind of specialized, and not a lot of that's industrial. Is most of the stuff out there by the warehousing district out there, out off of Eastland. I first started in real estate in 1979, and I've stayed with it, sometimes for good and sometimes not so good. But Twin Falls has been a really interesting place to do commercial real estate. You've seen it grow. There's more coming. Just in general, the retail side, which is what we're standing in, anything retail where you go in and buy, that's called a retail center, that's what this is. As soon as the Canyon West project out over behind Golden Corral, once that fills in, we'll start seeing a shift on some of the retail will start moving around the corner, heading down Pole Line Road. So, you guys can ask me any questions you want. Raise your hand anytime. I'll feel free to take them. This is a typical retail space. I think this was used by Century 20. Yeah, so they kind of comboed it with a few private offices. Fred Meyer's pretty good at knowing how to build space because they do it all over the country. So they typically, it's just excess space that they may not need. Sometimes they'll hold it back in the future and use it, but for right now, they've pretty much done what they've done. Their in-store expansion, as you know if you've been in there, was just completed not too long ago. So this is excess retail space for them. So what they're trying to do is lease it out to someone, and it may not work in this configuration for anybody. Typically, when you come into a store like this, before Century 21 moved in, there were just sheetrock walls, okay? And this was two spaces combined with one next door. So it was wide open. They decided to come in because the retail market, it's easier to lease something this size than it is, for the bigger sizes. So this is a typical retail suite. You've got, in this case, when Century 1 came in, they went ahead and finished the ceiling, put in, this is called a drop ceiling, as you know, and these are parabolic lenses. These are the cheapest lenses you can get. And so it's a T-grid ceiling. They obviously finished off the walls, paint, textured, and then they built those two little rooms back there. There's one ADA bathroom, and that's city code, and so that's an ADA bathroom back there. And then they've got, their electrical, and they have this. It's not really a private office because it doesn't go all the way to the ceiling. If you take that all the way to the ceiling, you've got extra things you have to do by code. So if you just drop it down that much, you save yourself quite a few dollars. Sure.
When you said they did it, did you say, are you talking about the people, the tenant, or did you ask, or did you imply the owners?
Typically, in most cases, the tenants don't want or nor have the money to come in here and finish it out. So the landlord will come in and do a level of finish that's minimum. Okay, and I'd say this is absolute minimum. Like glue down carpet, this is just the cheapest run-of-the-mill you can do. A couple of those walls they put up, they probably don't have more than, say, $20,000 worth of finish out in here, okay? So we don't see in this part of the country tenants walking in with a wad of money, asking the landlord, or saying, hey, I'm gonna go do all my finish out. Now, there's a level at which you'll participate if you come in and start to ask for, you know, maybe some marble in here or some more offices here. So the level of finish, what they call a vanilla shell, I don't know if anybody's heard that term, that's usually how the space comes in. You walk in, your ceiling's in, your air conditioning's in, HVAC is done, power's in, your four walls are typically sheetrocked except for the storefront here. So that's what you walk into starting on some people call it a white box, vanilla finish. So when you hear those terms, know that, and then everything from there is negotiable. We'll just have to see, yeah. And the way the landlords do it is they'll either say, you know, she's a good risk, so I think her financial statement is strong enough that I'll go ahead and put in a couple extra things for her. Well, I'm not too sure she's that strong. I'm gonna have to put some money into it. I'll do the finish out, but I'm gonna charge her, just like a bank would, interest on that money so that he can get, because typically on one of these, once you move in, and we'll take a look at the space next door, which somebody went in and made all offices out of it. It's all got to come out. So that's what landlords don't like, is to go in and put in a ton of money, and then the business either fails or the tenant doesn't want to be here anymore and expand. Then you got to come in and you got to say, okay, what have I got left to work with? So pretty high level of finish over here at the, what is the yogurt shop? I mean, very high end. They've got refrigeration equipment in there, so they've got probably extra power that's in there. They've got sinks and waters for the health. So I mean, that's a little bit higher level of finish. If you guys want to go by there and see that afterwards, just take a walk through there. Maybe you've all been there, but that kind of gives you a little bit more level of upgrades on finish.
Why don't we take a moment, walk around, and then come back and we'll ask some of the questions that you have regarding some of the topics that you have presented to you. Thank you.